We are FutureDDS.
We are current third-year students at Tufts University School of Dental Medicine. Not too long ago, we were in your shoes and knew exactly what it felt like to be a pre-dental student. That's why we've created our platform, FutureDDS, to help students just like you get into school.
And we are so excited to be able to speak with you all today and give you all a different perspective of what it's like to be a dental school student. Like Terrell said, it feels like yesterday that we were applying to different schools and we kept hearing these rumors about what it was like to actually be in dental school. So once we got in, we saw that some of these were true, but some of them weren't so true.
Not too much.
And that is why we are here today. We are here to dispel those myths with our keynote presentation, Fact or Fiction, the truth about dental school. All right, y'all, so rumor number one. Your DAT score and your GPA are the only factors that determine if you get into dental school.
You know, bro, I'll take this one.
Yep.
This is absolutely fiction.
False.
So, the GPA and the DAT score are two extremely crucial components of your dental school application.
Of course.
They should be taken very seriously, but they are just that. Two components of a greater dental school application. They won't be the end-all be-all if you make it in.
And let's really think about it. On your application, they're asking you about different things such as your work experience,
Yep.
if you've done research, have you shadowed. They're even asking you to write a personal statement about who you are as a person, explaining your character. So obviously they want to see you as a holistic applicant instead of just a numerical value.
Hey, if you don't believe us, don't take our word for it. We actually asked our admissions director to see if she said this was fact or fiction. Let's see what she says.
That is absolutely not true. When we look at applications, we review applications in a very holistic manner. We look at everything on the application. In your personal statement, we'd like to learn about your volunteer activities, your meaningful community service activities, your extracurriculars, your employment, anything that can tell us that you will be a caring and compassionate dentist in the future are things that we look for when we are accepting students to Tufts.
See, you heard it first. Schools want to see a well-run applicant. They want to make sure you took time to explore the field of dentistry. Not only that, they want to make sure you have a genuine passion for the profession. There's a long road ahead of you. A very long road ahead of you getting into dental school and getting through. The DAT score and the GPA are literally just to make sure you can handle the workload once you get in.
So some schools like research, some schools love community service. What we recommend to you all is to make sure that you reach out to admissions department and find out what their school focuses on and make sure that your application reflects that school's core values. And a pro tip. Make sure that you're building actual relationships with these admissions departments so that when your name comes across their desk during application season, they know who you are. So, rumor number two, you need to have already developed some type of hand skills before you start dental school in order to be successful.
This is fiction. We've all heard the stories of the dental school applicant who picks up a hobby just to work on their manual dexterity. Whether it's something that they just want to talk about in their dental school interview or something that they're extremely passionate about, whatever the case may be. Once you get to school, there's going to be a learning curve.
For everybody.
For everyone.
But let's not, make a mistake and say that some people aren't naturally gifted with their hands.
Yes.
There are people who will come in and be able to drop a perfect box on an MO. Granted, y'all don't know what that is yet, but you will very, very soon. But people like that do exist. But for everybody else who is dealing with that learning curve, like you said earlier, literally the only solution is practice.
When it comes down to it, anyone can get good at hand skills. At the end of the day, it's dedication and commitment to the craft that'll make you better. There's going to be a bunch of different help sessions, as well as a lot of time outside of class for you to get better. If you just go, lock in, and put in the hours, you'll definitely feel capable by the time you get into clinic. Rumor number three, where you decide to go to school will directly impact your dental school experience.
This is a fact. Do not take this lightly.
Don't do it. Let's talk about it.
Let's.
You're going to spend 4 years
Okay.
in the same buildings with
Yep.
the same people
Yep.
for an average of 8 hours a day.
Long day.
We didn't even talk about the money aspect yet.
Don't want to.
Look, you need to really make sure that you're comfortable with the decision you're making and ensure that the environment that you're getting into is someplace that you're going to enjoy. To do this, make sure you're asking a lot of questions to the admissions department before you apply, as well as asking a lot of crucial questions during your interview so you know exactly what type of environment you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, definitely. You want to take everything into account. You want to think about the city that the school is located in. What's the main lecture hall look like? What are the clinical procedures? What are the requirements to graduate? Is there a gym in the school? Look at everything, because you are making such a crucial decision that, like Terrell said, is really about to shape the rest of your tenure within the field. So make sure that you're paying attention to everything. You know, people will ask us, hey, I got into my dream school, but I also got into a school that's about $10,000 less per year. What should I do?
You know what? This is a very tricky question to try to answer. There's so many different layers that you have to think about, from the experience that you're going to have to how much money it is. So granted, your dream school may be a little bit more expensive, but like you said, it's your dream school. Are you genuinely going to be happier there? Your happiness is definitely something that you want to take as a priority when you're making this decision on what school to go to.
Always. And because we know that this is such a crucial decision in your lives, honestly, we wanted to put together a resource that gave you all the opportunity to really get to know each school in a more personal way. We call this the FutureDDS Dental School Experience Series.
Yep. With this series, we actually interview a dental student from every dental program across America.
Yep.
Every one of them. So you can have a big brother or big sister that you can kind of tap into and hear exactly what their perspective is on the dental school that you're thinking about. So head over to YouTube, type in FutureDDS, look for the dental school experience, or you can head over to our website at www.futuredds.com to check out the series.
Definitely. All right, so next rumor. Dental school is extremely competitive and everybody is a gunner. This rumor is false.
Not true at all, not true at all. So we all know how competitive it is to actually get into school. Everyone's fighting for those few seats at these dental schools. And once you get in, I'm sure you've heard the rumors of how competitive and cutthroat it may be. But the truth of the matter is, not everyone's a gunner. For those of you who don't know what a gunner is someone who goes out of their way and makes it a point to do more than their classmates are doing. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. We actually love gunners. Because the gunners, they get their work done early, and they are able to help other classmates who may be struggling, if it's in, understanding concepts for class, or even working on projects in SimClin. Those are the people that are going around and giving that extra help.
Honestly, gunners are great. You know, it's not bad to be a gunner.
Look, I love the gunners.
If you're a gunner who's not selfish, and you want to help people, you just genuinely love to just study and work hard, that is amazing, and we thank you. You know, some of our best friends in this program are actual gunners, and they literally help us. They help us with study guides, they help us with projects. They're great people, so don't be afraid to embrace your inner gunner.
When you think about it, everyone that gets into dental school is extremely smart and extremely qualified. These are some of the best, most qualified people in the world, honestly. So when you sit down and you look to your left and your right, it can be a tad bit intimidating once you start comparing yourself to everyone else, but don't see it that way. Don't see it as a negative. Everyone around you is just extremely passionate about what they're doing. Even talking to some of our classmates and, students that go to other schools when we go to conventions, we really get the same vibe from them as well. Again, don't see it as a negative, and just understand that these people are really willing to go out of their way to be very good at their craft. Take it as a point to, get better yourself and see it as a very nurturing and positive environment.
But hey, we understand that you all might have heard negative things about gunners, so why don't we go and check out what some of our classmates have to say about the subject.
No, man, there's no gunners.
There aren't a lot of gunners in dental school.
Hey bro, are there gunners in dental school?
Gunners in dental school, I would say no.
All right, you all. So as you all can see, our classmates agree with us. Not everybody's a gunner, and if somebody is a gunner, they're looked at in a positive light. So make sure that you get to know everybody within your class. Don't shy away from anybody, because you never know where those connections will help you out in the future.
All right, y'all, this is the last rumor. Rumor number 5. You won't have a life outside of dental school once you actually make it into dental school.
All right, y'all. So it's really hard for us to say this, and I know
It
you
hurts
all
me. It
do
hurts
not want to believe this, but this is actually true.
It's fact, man. It's fact.
No. We're playing with y'all. We're playing with y'all. We're playing with y'all. It's fiction. You know, it's fiction. Honestly, this really isn't true. You know, before dental school, we heard all of the rumors. We heard that we'd be pulling a whole bunch of all-nighters. We'd be exhausted all the time. But we found that as long as you stay organized and you know when all your projects are due, if you have homework, when it's due, when your test is coming up, if you know all of these things, then you'll actually find that you have some time to rest throughout the week.
Yeah, definitely. Contrary to everyone's belief once they get into dental school, and I'm sure after your first test block in dental school is not here to bury you and make you really want to quit. Like, it may feel that way, but that's not the main purpose. The main purpose is to make you the best practitioner that you can be. And honestly, in order to do that, you have to get some rest and relaxation. You have to. It's mandatory. And you know, you can't be sitting around thinking about class 2 preps and dentures and removable pods and all this stuff all day, or you're really burning out. So, you know.
No, definitely. And so we're not here to say that you're not going to be making sacrifices, because of course you are.
Oh, you
With anything that you want, you're going to have to sacrifice. But what we can promise you is the first time that you talk to your patient and you're able to help them improve their oral health, all of those long nights, all of those long days will be worth it.
Extremely worth it.
All right, you all. So we are now at the conclusion of our keynote. Throughout the entire presentation, we've been talking to you all about rumors. But now we want to deal with straight facts.
Number 1, your DAT score and your GPA are not the sole factors to determine if you get into dental school or not. You want to make sure that you're working to become a well-rounded applicant. Number 2, developing your hand skills before you get into school will not ensure that you have superior hand skills once you actually do get into school. You want to make sure you're committing yourself to getting in the lab and practice, so that once you get in the clinic, you'll feel extremely competent. Number 3, where you decide to go to dental school will determine your dental school experience. This is so true and so important that you want to make sure you're doing a lot of research on all the schools you decide to apply to, as well as ask extremely crucial questions about the environment once you go on your dental school interviews. Number 4, everyone you go to school with and all of your classmates are not all gunners. Make sure you're getting to know these people. They're going to be extremely helpful and they're extremely passionate about what they're doing. And honestly, these are going to be your colleagues for the next, 25, 30 years of your dental career. Lastly, number 5, you can manage a life outside of dental school. As long as you're willing to commit, stay organized, really take faculty of the tests and the labs that you have to do, you can make this happen.
And that is our presentation. We from FutureDDS want to give a huge thank you to you all for tuning in. We want to give a huge thank you to ADEA for allowing us to speak today and really show you all how passionate we are about helping you. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Instagram at _FutureDDS, and also go check out our dental school experience series on our YouTube channel. Just head over to YouTube, type in FutureDDS, or go to our website at www.futuredds.com. But until we speak again, see y'all later.